Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, and no, we didn't forget to record this. It's just been busy in both our lives with everything going on, but I do have Cammy here.
Hello, this is Cameruption.
And we're doing the Underdogs podcast for the end of APA Indigo Season 4. I know Cammy and I both have a lot to talk about, so we'll kind of just dive in here. As most of you guys know, I finished 7-5, the best record I'd ever had. I qualified for playoffs. I proceeded to get Zazoed, which, if people don't understand what that means, that's basically the third best competitive builder in the world. Behind
I know Gypsy's like the best, but he's way up there.
So I proceeded to get beat by one of the best in the world teams. So, anyways, that's where my story ran. But Cammy, you didn't have as good of a season here.
No, I did not.
You went 3-9, which was worse than last season, wasn't it?
I was 6-6 last season.
Yeah, so a 3-game reduction. And it led you to make a decision on your career, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'll talk about that because I had some initial plans and it hasn't completely panned out that way, but I can discuss. So, basically, man, that season was just soul sucking. Like, you know, it was a really rough start. I think at mid season I want to say I was 2-4.
Yes, you were.
Something like that. Yeah, and then I got a win in week 7, and then I had really good games in like weeks like 8 and 9, but they were against Herndon and not Combat Photon, I think.
Yep.
So, you know, two really good players, and even though I was like competitive and like played well in both games, you know, I dropped to like 3-5, yeah, or something. And and basically it kind of, I had that, and then it was the game that really just destroyed me was the one against Thriller, because I think before that game we had talked a little bit about how I wasn't really feeling APA that season, and then I know you watched that replay and then like messaged me and we're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I could tell in that game that you just weren't there anymore. You had enough. Yeah, it from an outsider's perspective, I've been with Cammy for 4 seasons now. I haven't followed him anywhere else besides APA. I don't think we've had any other leagues where we played same time, because you were in LTPL if I remember correctly.
It was for like 3 weeks and I dropped that.
But that was the season after I was in, and I think you did LMC, which I wasn't a part of either. So I haven't seen much outside of APA from him, but just the match versus Thriller. Cammy is a competent battler. He knows what he's doing. When he doesn't get haxed out, he can do very, very well. And to be perfectly honest with you, dude, that match, it seemed like you clicked buttons. You just weren't in it.
Pretty much. I was kind of just like on autopilot or whatever, you know. It was that more than any particular game was where I was like, yeah, I think I'm kind of over this going in, and then that game happened, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and I completely understand. as someone who routinely has a record similar to yours, across several different leagues at times. And then if you don't get that mid-season, like, swing where things start working out, a season like this can really weigh on a person, especially if they're doing multiple seasons. For example, you had LTPL while this was going on, and you were, what, 0-3 in LTPL?
That was really bad, because it was... Well, I didn't completely draft the team. I took over a team then, like, round, like, 5 or 6 of the draft or something.
Yeah.
But it wound up being a really good team, but, like, I literally got 6-0 week 1, and then I got 6-0 week 1, and then I had a good game against Savage week 2 that I still lost, and then week 3, I can't even remember who I played, but I got blown out again.
Yeah. So when you have 2 really bad seasons going on at the same time, you guys have seen how I start to melt down because it stacks, and I have my pressure, and Cammy doesn't even record, and he still feels some of the same stuff that I do, where it just stacks and stacks and stacks, and
yeah,
you know, it does wear and tear on you, but there are 2 options, and neither option is the right option nor the wrong option. Well, I guess there's 3 options. There's 2. There's the I quit option, which is what Cammy took in LTPL and just dropped and left, which is valid. I've dropped out of several leagues myself. I don't see a reason behind staying if you're not enjoying it. Or there's the grind out the season and hope it gets better, which is what you and I have both done in APA for 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And in Cammy's case, you're done with competitive for the time being, aren't you?
Not completely. I was... So my initial plan was to just be completely done with draft for a little bit. That hasn't completely come to fruition. What I've wound up doing in, like, this past, like, week or so was I decided that, you know, I'm still active on these Discord servers. I felt like I still wanted to play a bit, but what I decided to do was I'm gonna be reviving, like, an old league that I had in, like, Gen 7 with some, like, old friends from, like, before I even joined APA in the first place, and do that to kind of, like, get my footing back a little bit, I guess.
Are you going back
and then
to
from there I'll just
Gen 7 meta, or are you playing Gen 8 meta?
It's Gen 8 meta.
Okay.
As from there I'll see where I go. For the most part, I do think I am done with the APA though. 4 seasons of Indigo grinding just took a toll on me, you know.
Yeah, that not advancing after 4 seasons can definitely take a toll on someone, especially when you had a really good season last season and then have progressively, like, you made playoffs season 1, didn't you? No. You weren't in my division? I thought you were.
I was in, like, the God tier division season 1.
Oh yeah. Never mind. It was Suspect.
Yeah, it was me
and 2 others that I can't think of right now.
Mm.
I thought you were in there, but so yeah, I mean, the steady growth, and then to not get, like, I was definitely disappointed when I didn't get bumped up to Odyssey. Like, I thought, okay, you know, I've been here 3 seasons, yeah, I'm not great, but if you're making Indigo the intro level course, then why am I still here? Because I've been around. To me, Indigo was, okay, these are people coming into APA, they're new, they've never played in APA, so we're starting them in Indigo and moving people up. And I was like, okay, well, I'll apply to Odyssey. And then Panther's like, nah, we're not going to put you in Odyssey. Have a good season, and then we'll discuss it at the end of the season. And it's like, okay, so I'm still considered a freshman after 3 seasons. And
yeah,
I don't know, that combined with the tiering and not going Nat decks, running Galar decks, which Galar decks sucks. Just my personal opinion, Galar decks sucks. I agree with you. 3 seasons, wear and tear, definitely just a little too much. And this is coming from me, who just had his best season ever, and now, like, Cammy, I'm actually retired from the APA right now. Like,
I think
Academy's it for me. I'm doing Academy, and then if LDL has Wi-Fi again, I'll probably jump back to LDL, and then maybe go back to Academy and alternate between the two. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with APA Showdown because it's just, I'm tired. I'm tired of it.
And on top of that, so one thing that we also have in common was that even in my season 3 run and your season 4 run, even when we did good, like, it felt like we didn't get, like, rewarded, because, like, you got Zazo'd in playoffs, which is stupid. And then my best season got ruined by, like, hacks, or, like, hacks / better players coming into, like, my, like, little team or whatever, that made it harder to get into playoffs, all this stuff, you know, outside my control.
Yeah, and
crap happened even when we were doing good, you know, like you said, wear and tear.
Yeah, and for me to get in, I had to have a forfeit win. Like, that's the only reason I made playoffs, is because somebody dropped out and they didn't fill the spot. Had they filled that spot, I would have potentially missed playoffs there too. So, I don't know. It takes a toll, and Cammy had a really bad season. I actually have had the same record you've had. I'm trying to pull my sheet right now because I didn't think to pull it, but like, you guys can see, week 1 win, then 4 losses, then 2 wins, and then 5 losses for Cammy to finish the season. And for me, like, season 1 of Indigo, I won 1, lost 2, won 1, lost 5 in a row, got a forfeit win, and lost my last one. Season 2, won the first one, lost 3, won the second one, didn't win again the rest of the season. Season 3, won the first, lost 2, won 2, and then proceeded to lose every single match except for 1 the rest of the way. And I only won that one because I memed, and I actually managed to beat Hacker with a meme. So it just, that repetitive stack on stack on stack. I didn't know if I was going to play season 4, to be perfectly honest. The only reason I think I came back for season 4 was purely because new generation, I wanted to try it out. But otherwise, I don't know if I would have come back after only winning 8 games in 7 seasons, or 4 seasons. 3 seasons. Jeez, I'm tired. Numbers, math, do good. I don't know, I do know you picked up an MVP though, didn't you?
Yes, I picked up I think tier 3, I think, for my Hitmonchan, which that was fun.
That thing was a monster.
I turned Hitmonchan, so for the viewers that don't know, I turned Hitmonchan into a 15 Mon.
Yep. They can
somehow,
see it because I'm on your page on the dock, and they see
on my page,
MVP.
Yeah. That was really proud. Even, like, so I'm pretty sure I forfeited my week 11 game, and literally the only reason I even bothered to play in my week 12, because I was so over it at that point, was just to try to get Hitmonchan more kills.
Yeah.
I got like 2 or 3 that last game, so.
I will say this, I've never seen a Hitmonchan do that much work.
Like, five of them came from like 1 game. That was one of my favorite sets I brought, where basically what I did was, it was against Insanity before he dropped, I believe. I ran a bulk up Hitmonchan with Throat Trap, and then I set up on a Sylveon because it couldn't hyper voice me.
Nice. I vaguely remember that one. Do you think the team you drafted and the fact that it was Galar decks might have had anything to do with just this being a rough season too, besides the losses?
For sure. I did not like my team overall. I considered making transactions, but I actually didn't, just because at least, I don't know, I have kind of a weird thing where the past 3 seasons I've like dumped like half my team each time. And season 1 they definitely helped. Season 2 they made my team worse. And season 3 was about the same, maybe a little worse post transaction. So like, you know, I was like, do I do it? You know, but no, I did not like my team overall. It was really slow and bulky, with a couple of really fast and really frail things that weren't very good.
I mean, slow and bulky basically sums up Galar decks.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the shortened timer on top of it, and you wonder why everything goes to timer in Galar decks leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much we could do. The tiers were not the greatest either, in my opinion.
The tiers were really weird.
The points, 200 points for tier 1s. And
the points messed me up because like
we're so used to building a certain way.
We're so used to building a certain way, having where it's like normal to have like 2 tier 1s.
Yeah, and this, if you took 2 tier 1s, you were basically screwed.
Which is what happened to me. I was gonna get Togekiss, which was like 140 or 160 points or something, and then that got sniped, and then I like panic picked Clefable instead of like Sylveon or something, which was like a second 200 point mon for me. And it was like, oh, I have no points left after this.
Yeah. And just to clarify for people that are watching, we aren't bashing Panther, we aren't bashing any of the APA like mods and all that. They wanted to get the season out as soon as Gen 8 dropped, so they decided to forego tiering the older mons, and they just did what they did on the fly. So, I mean, by no means was this like APA is trash, don't do that. It was just, in my opinion, it was a poor choice. They should have just taken a month to figure it out, but they wanted to on it.
Yeah. The tiering was what it was. I wasn't even involved in the tiering because I didn't want any like new mon spoiled or whatever, besides the official trailers for Sword and Shield. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, not the greatest tiering, but you know, that could also just be my failure to adapt, because you know, obviously people did really well with it. So
yeah, I mean, Photon, just prime example.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, by no means are we trying to bash the APA. We're just kind of venting our end of season frustrations. Like, I mean, I could vent about getting Zazoed, but there's no point in doing that.
It was just not the team for me. Like,
your team and my team...
When the only one... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
I was going to say that, you know, it's a bad team when the only 2 mons that you like on your roster are Hitmonchan and Marini.
Yeah, there's a issue with that. It reminds me a lot of APA Season 1, for me anyways. That team, I mean, that was league number 6 in my career, I think, and I really farmed up that team when I made my transactions, and it was not a cohesive team that functioned properly at all. And that's what a lot of these Galar Dex teams turned into, because there's nothing in the lower tiers. It's all garbage. And, like, your team, it just reminds me of my Season 1 team. We have same exact record, same differential, but that's mere coincidence.
Differential.
Yeah, I think we finished. I'm gonna double check that before I open mouth and insert foot. But season 1 of APA, I went 3-9. No, I was minus 17. You're minus 14. So you had 3 differential better than me, but no, it really reminds me of that, and even my team. Like I look at my team. Okay, yeah, the front 4 were pretty decent. Corviknight, Necro, B, and Haxorus. But after that, things kind of just fell off really quickly. With Flareon being in one bright spot, that thing just went to town. But I don't know. It was definitely awkward. It was definitely a weird building. Like the fact that I'm using a Thwackey and a Dracloak. Like, you're never gonna see those drafted outside of Galar decks. That's purely the only reason. And for you, like, Volibee can be a sneaky tier 5. Marini never gets drafted. And I don't know. You know, it was a weird season. Weird season.
Pretty much everyone had like 1 for sure. Most people had like 2 not fully evolved Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or a 10 Pokemon draft.
Yeah, and that to me shouldn't have been what happened, but it did. So
yeah, neither here nor there at this point.
Yep, we're both done and retired from APA. I may go back to Indigo at some point in the future, but you know, I'm taking a long break from Indigo. I want to go out and explore and find some new, you know. And the other problem is I run into the same coaches all the time. And it's not that I don't like playing my friends and playing the same coaches, but at some point you need to hit fresh blood or you're gonna never expand and grow. I'm trying to remember what Zaki told me. Like, he said something to me when Season 3 of Indigo ended, and I can't remember what he said to me, but at the time I dismissed it and said, nah, I'm sticking in Indigo, I love it here. This has been a good league for me, people push me, and all it took was 1 more season, and then I went, yeah, no, now it's time to go. Like, let's go find some fresh leagues to try out. Granted, you and I have only ever squared off once in our career, so...
I think it's twice.
Did we play twice? I can only remember playing you once, but...
I think it was Season 1 and Season 3 or something.
I know we played Season 1 because that was the Scarf Blastoise incident.
No, it was twice. It was Scarf Blastoise, and I didn't bring Zekrom.
Yeah, you're right. It was Season 3. No Zekrom. And I think I lost that one too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you lost, but it was like a really good game.
Yeah, because I kept saying, why did he not bring Zekrom? It just completely tilted me. I do remember that. Yep, so unfortunately, I don't think Cammy and I are going to square off for a little bit unless he unretires into a league that I'm participating in, or he slides me an invite to his league, and his league doesn't start till one of my leagues ends. I mean, what? I'm not shamelessly asking for an invite to a league. I'm not doing that. No, but, like, I'm glad that you are doing another league. Like, I'm glad that you're sticking around and at least staying in the draft league scene, because, like, you're a good person, you're fun to be around, and so you missing from the draft league scene would be a shame, in my opinion. Like, even though you're not, and I'm sure you'd agree, you're not the all-star, like, #1 coach in the world, But
not at all. But
it's still good to have you around.
Yeah, it's man, my draft literally starts tomorrow. But if we have a season after this one, then I'll consider sliding an invite if the timing works. But
yeah. No, like I said, I'm just looking for some new places to hang out and experience. So I wasn't like, I kind of figured when you said that you were firing it up, I was like, he's probably starting tomorrow, isn't he? That's the thought that went through my head. And like, hey, he's starting tomorrow. So no, I gotta get out of the leagues I'm in right now first. It sucks being a commissioner. I don't know if you know how that goes, but
it's rough. This is a league that I'm rebooting it after. This is gonna be our fourth season, but season 3 died, and so I'm rebooting this like 5 months later. So,
well, if you need coaches, I think I know a place where you can pick some off if need be. So, if things start to die.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping it won't, just because out of history of Cammy's VBL League 101, basically season 3 I tried to go from 12 to 16 coaches, and that was just too much for me to manage at one time, and it fell apart like halfway through the season.
Were you doing
so now it's
yourself?
Most of probably like 80% of the mod work by myself.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I probably should have told you before you tried to do that. Hey, get a team around you, because it sucks being the only guy in charge.
But now we're just gonna do 10 guys that were probably the 10 most active guys before it collapsed. So.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, probably the best thing when you run a league, run it chill, be relaxed, don't go ultra hyper competitive. Like, you gotta have like the iron fist at times, just to be like, hey, get shit done that needs to get done. But like, as long as you're chill, I found that being chill in leagues, they tend to run a little better and stay alive. Just a commission
chill is nice. Yeah, no, this is my favorite story. Well, I got 2 favorite stories from this league. I'll tell briefly, but season 1 was funny because I made the finals, and then I lost the finals of my own league to an Alolan Golem.
Oh man.
Yeah, this one. And it was the worst part was that it was a regular season match where a dude tried to bring a Alolan Golem to trap my Heatran, but I think he was running enough speed for like uninvested Heatran, and then I had speed, and I just like killed it one shot with an Earth Power. So I was like, oh, that was a weird gimmick that he's not gonna bring again.
And he did it.
Then we get to the finals, and we get to the finals. The dude has a Sylveon. I killed the Sylveon with my Heatran, and then he brings in a Choice Scarf Alolan Golem that outspeeds and kills me with Earthquake, and then I get shut out by a Mega Scissor.
Jeez. I mean, that was... He learned his mistake from the first time.
Yeah, that was humbling, but it was pretty funny. Like, I laugh about it now.
Yeah.
And then I think it was season 2 was really funny because there was this one guy who went into the league completely memeing, where he took Registeel's 2nd overall before Celesteela, and basically he wound up drafting all 4 Regis with semifinals.
This sounds like a Huff type person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you have been checking replays or anything for WWC, but Huff actually just about swept with a weakness policy Lunatone.
That sounds like Huff. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's interesting tech to take all 4 Regis and do damn. I mean, they're so bulky, And now,
I can't remember the full team, but it was all 4 Reggies and then like 3 psychic types plus an Amoonguss to compensate for the massive fighting weakness.
well, depending on what the 2 new Reggies are gonna be, he'll have the ability to take 5 Reggies.
Oh, true, yeah.
Reggie Dragon and Reggie Electric or whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Actually be 6 Reggies, not 5. What am I talking about? Reggie Gigas is a thing.
Yeah.
And Reggie Gigas getting Protect and Rest.
Like, gets Protect now?
Post-expansion, Reggie Gigas gets Protect and Rest.
That's good.
Say hello to, that thing being a lot more of a threat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mons that are going to become super broken once expansion pass comes out. But I'm not going to spoil any of that for you because I'm sure you're going to want to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was definitely an interesting experience in APA. Like, a lot of good memories, a lot of good friends, a lot of good connections made, and we definitely went from being underdogs to being top dogs, at least when the season started. And I mean, I hate saying this, but if you came back to Indigo, you probably would have the underdog status still. I don't know if I would because, you know, I made playoffs. And that's exactly what Panther wanted me to do, was make playoffs.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't intend to return to Indigo, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of leagues out there. I'm sure,
for sure
you and I will both find our places to have new league experiences, and I'm hoping that once things start to get fun for you again, that it'll get better. Like, you're just in a rut, like I have been for a while, and you know, as soon as you bounce out of that rut, things get going good, and boom, you're ready to roll.
That's what I'm hoping. You know, that, you know, I'm just gonna kind of, you know, it was an experience. You know, well, you know, overall, I don't know. It's so weird just because, you know, just talking about APA as a whole, because it's like, you know, we did so bad, but you know, there was definitely a lot of positives from it too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, had I not done APA, I don't know if I'd be where I am today as far as my skill level goes, because APA truly did push me. It still pushes me.
Yeah, for sure. Like, when I was giving it my all in like season 3, that was, you know, that was probably one of my favorite draft league seasons in general, where like I had the roster I had to play was like stupid. Like I had to play Rye, Bash, and Noons.
Yeah, I had the same. We both got the short end of the stick on the schedules.
Yeah. That one, you know, I beat one of them, so that's one more than I expected. So yeah, but you know, just being able to kind of like, all right, you know, I don't know, so much of what I need, or one thing that I've learned is the need in a league to just to truly take it like 1 week at a time. Like, oh my god, I play these 2 really good people back to back, so that means I'm probably gonna go 0-2 during this snippet of the season, or possibly 1-1 up. You know, it's like,
that is the worst mindset you could ever have, and I have it, and I big feel, because spoiler alert to those watching, I'm not going to mention which league it is, because, yeah, I don't want to ruin that video. I lost a match that I really thought I was going to win this week, and then I started peering at the schedule, Oh.
You cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry. Where did I cut out?
I lost a match, and then Discord did his thing.
Yeah. So I lost a match, and I started looking at the schedule for that league, and I'm like, oh god, I maybe win 3 more games this season if I'm lucky, and I'm gonna be a fringe playoff team, and I needed that win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a terrible mindset, because then you just add more pressure to the next week, and then if that goes bad, then the next week, and then it snowballs really quickly. And it's such a bad mindset. That's one of those things that any coach has to work on breaking. Cammy, are you still here?
I'm still here, sorry.
Oh, no. It went silent.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, wait a minute, did Discord kick Cammy out again like it did last time?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's so easy to do, like, you know. I don't know, just because, you know, to be like, oh, well, I'm to pick a favorite friend at random, I'm like 0-4 or something stupid against Shy Guy. No, it's, you know, when I'm in a league with him and I see him on the schedule, it's like, well, here we go again, is my initial reaction, and, you know, it shouldn't be the case.
Yep, nope. That's a big mood right there for me, Chief. Anytime I see Photon, Ian, Savage, I'm trying to think who, Rye, anybody that has inflicted pain on me, I see, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna just curl up in the corner, and, you know, I'm gonna lose these matches, and then it's like, you need to remember, any match on any given day, you can win. You just have to believe that you can. I mean, I've beaten Rye once in my career. I beat Ian once in my career. Yes, Ian has 6-0'd me twice, back to back now. He literally took that loss in playoffs to me so badly he decided he had to 6-0 me. He didn't. I'm just giving Ian shit. He knows that. I have beaten Savage numerous times in my career. I've never beat Photon. Photon is the only one of those 4 that I've never beaten. I do get another shot at it, but, you know, ouchies are coming. Yeah, no, that's the other really bad mindset that people can get into is, oh, I see a coach that I know I have no chance against, and then you don't have a chance. Like, I'm trying to think. Today, I played a match today. Again, I'm not going to spoil which match I played. It was against the number 2 seed in the league. I was like, there's no way. He has the team that can counter team me completely, because my team is just super weak to one thing. I won. It was a 1-0, but I won. And that was against the number 2 team in the league. Any given day, you can win. You just have to believe. And that is, in my opinion, that's the true heart of an underdog. I don't know if that's how you feel.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, with the any day, anything can happen. One of the most bizarre coincidences, moments, whatever you want to call it, but in Indigo Season 3, I played Noons, who was the reigning champion, and I played SV Tornado, who finished with the complete bottom record out of 24 people. And I beat the champion and I lost to the 24th team. It's like, what can you do?
Yeah. Yep. No, because that's I get too, because I got cocky this season and I lost to 2 of the bottom 4 teams in Indigo, and that severely put a hurt on me because I got cocky. Oh, the lessons that you learn in Draft League. Any given day you can win. Any given day you can get embarrassed by the worst record-wise team.
Oh, okay. Discord did its thing. Okay, I think I'm back.
Where'd we leave off when you left again?
I said knock knock, it's Verizion. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, no, I didn't. Good God. Yeah, that's a prime example from Season 3, Jimmy. I got cocky because I had 6-0 and 5-0 Jimmy in career, and Jimmy came back and 5-0'd me, and I was like, okay. You gotta remember, any given day you can win, and any given day you can lose. Doesn't matter if you're the undefeated team. It takes one bit of luck, one bit of hacks, and one bit of a bad day, and hello, first loss of the season.
Yep.
Or hello, unfortunate loss that you shouldn't have taken. And then, yeah, it just kind of gets you down, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where this goes. I know we're not at the hour-long mark, but honestly, I don't see a reason to run this to an hour.
Yeah, I think we have kind of
we've said our piece, and
yeah.
So this will not be the end of Underdogs. Like, as everybody knows, I've got the podcasts on hold right now. This one's going up as a special thing because Cammy and I need to get it done before the season ends. The final's actually playing tonight.
It's like
4 hours from now.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get this done. It's not going to be the end of Underdogs. The next time Cammy and I get in a league together, we'll pull Underdogs back together for that. And it's not the end of Cammy being on this channel either. At some point, I'm going to find time where Cammy and I are both together, and then we'll record and do stuff if he's up to that. Because Cammy's a fun person to record and do stuff with. So
I found out as of 15 minutes before I left work today that I'm gonna start working from home next week. So
cool. I am in one of those businesses that is declared an essential business, but we're only open from 9 to 6, so I'm definitely gonna have evenings off. So we'll connect at some point and we'll do some stuff. I just need to get good internet because, as you can tell, Cammy keeps getting kicked out and I can't stream on my parents' internet, and my phone's all busted for the month because I burned through it watching YouTube videos being sick for 2 weeks.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it real fast. So, but yeah, we'll be back. Don't worry. Just remember that no matter how bad the circumstances may be, if you're playing the number 1 team in the league and you're 3-4 and it's a critical match where you could potentially miss playoffs, if you're playing guys that you have no chance in your mind against because in the past you've never beaten them, if you're playing the last game of the season and your playoff chances are 1% because you have to win and you need 3 other people to lose, don't give up. It's still a possibility. You know, take that underdog spirit, take that underdog feeling, that stress, that pressure, and use it. Fuel it, motivate yourself, and just don't give up. I mean, prime example for me, playoffs first time, 3 seasons, Cammy and everything that he's been through. You guys got this. And Cammy, you got anything that you'd like to final thoughts as we close the APA Underdogs?
Because, it's kind of, it's the end of a chapter, I guess. We'll see what comes next. We're, even if we still have the underdog mentality or whatever, we're not giving up, and future's open. We'll see what happens. So.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking for one thing real quick because I just thought of it. Where is it? So Cammy mentioned it is a chapter. Come on, open faster. I don't want to go to Pinterest. There it is. Give me this. Give me the quote, please. Just let me see it. Link in new tab. There we go. Okay, so you stupid Google. Why is it so hard to find this thing? Open image in new tab. It is tiny. Give me a second to blow this up. So professional.
Okay.
So professional. And copy link. I'm going to send it to Cammy. So the one last thing that I'm going to leave you guys with, because Cammy's right, it is... Why is my message over 2,000 characters? Okay. Copy image. Paste image. There we go. The last thing I'll leave you guys with, because it is the closing of a new chapter, closing of the book. Remember what happened in the past, but take the advice of a man who was told he was never going to accomplish anything, a man who was definitely viewed as a underdog for the majority of his early life, and has created probably $1 trillion business at this point in Walt Disney. So no matter where you're at, don't get stuck. Don't look back for very long. Keep moving forward. Keep opening new doors. Keep doing new things because you're curious and you want to try new things. Try new leagues. Try different formats. Draft things you've never drafted before. Because it will lead you, as it says, down new paths, and you never know what's going to happen. So keep going, guys. We got this. And Cammy and I will see you next time.
Here.